Have you ever wondered if the healthy foods you've been eating might be harming your heart? If you're over 65 and taking heart medications, this video is a must-watch. What if I told you that some everyday vegetables, like spinach, pickled cucumbers, spicy chili peppers, raw garlic, and even fresh sprouts, could be quietly sabotaging your heart health? As a heart surgeon, I've seen too many seniors unknowingly put themselves at risk by combining these seemingly good-for-you foods with medications that keep their hearts beating. Spinach, for example, is loaded with vitamin K, which can interfere dangerously with blood thinners. Pickled cucumbers may taste harmless but pack a hidden salt punch that tightens your arteries and raises blood pressure. Spicy chili peppers might warm your meals, but for aging hearts, they can cause dangerous surges in blood pressure and inflammation. Raw garlic, though a natural remedy, can dangerously thin your blood when paired with heart meds. And fresh sprouts? Their risk of bacterial contamination can trigger serious infections that your aging immune system may struggle to fight. This video reveals how these common vegetables, often praised for health, can become hidden threats when combined with age-related changes and medications. But don't worry, I'll also share what vegetables you should embrace to heal and strengthen your heart, and practical tips to protect yourself from these hidden dangers. If you care about your heart and want to live well beyond 65, stay tuned until the end. Because understanding what you eat could be the difference between thriving and risking your life silently every day. Let's protect your heart together. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support means a lot to me, and if you enjoyed this video, you can help me continue spreading the valuable lessons by liking and sharing it. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. 1 is spinach. One of the most surprising and heartbreaking truths I've encountered in my years as a heart surgeon involves something as seemingly innocent, and even celebrated, as spinach. Yes, that vibrant leafy green we've all been told is the ultimate superfood, a shining star of healthy eating. For many, it truly is a gift from nature. But for seniors over 65, especially those who rely on heart medications, spinach can silently become a hidden enemy, quietly undermining their very survival. This reality pains me deeply because I've seen it play out far too often in my practice. Take Mary, for example. A kind, determined woman who was committed to doing everything right by eating clean, living well, and caring for her heart. She believed her daily spinach smoothies and generous salads were acts of love toward her body. Yet, what she didn't realize was that her good intentions were interfering with life-saving medications designed to protect her from deadly blood clots. The very food she trusted was turning against her without any warning signs. Spinach is packed with vitamin K, an essential nutrient that helps blood clot normally, a biological process vital to stop bleeding when you get injured. But here lies the catch. For people on blood thinners like warfarin, medications commonly prescribed after heart attacks, strokes, or for atrial fibrillation, too much vitamin K can completely counteract the medicine's effect. It thickens the blood and puts patients at risk. And the scariest part? Most seniors have absolutely no clue this is happening. They feel fine, they trust their medications, and yet, in the background, their bodies slowly lose protection against life-threatening clots. I've treated many patients like Tom, a gentle soul who endured multiple strokes and near-fatal clots, all because he unknowingly started incorporating large amounts of spinach into his meals. It's tragic because it could have been prevented with awareness and simple guidance. Spinach itself is not the villain. It's the unpredictable fluctuations in intake that sabotage treatment. My heartfelt advice to anyone on blood thinners: enjoy spinach, but do so carefully and consistently, and always keep your doctor in the loop about any diet changes. What you eat can either be your strongest ally or your worst saboteur. The harsh truth is that not every vegetable is a heart-healthy hero for every senior. Some, like spinach when eaten without caution, can do more damage than a greasy plate of fries if you're not paying close attention. This knowledge should not instill fear, but rather empower you to take control of your health with informed choices. So, if a humble leafy green like spinach can quietly overpower a powerful prescription, it begs the question: what other harmless vegetables lurking in your fridge might be stirring hidden dangers in your bloodstream? Let's dive into the next surprising culprit. Something so common it's probably sitting in your kitchen right now, packed with more salt than a bag of chips. Stay tuned, because your heart health depends on knowing these truths. 2. Pickled cucumbers. They might appear harmless, even refreshing, with their bright green crunch and zesty bite. But for many seniors over 65, especially those who have battled high blood pressure or heart conditions, these pickles are far from a simple treat. They're a silent, salty trap tightening dangerously around your heart. I can't tell you how many times I've seen patients underestimate the power of those few slices. Most people never give a second thought to pickles. It's just a little snack, they say. But the truth is shocking. Each serving can contain over 1,000 milligrams of sodium, which is an overwhelming 2/3 of the entire daily salt limit recommended for older adults. This is not just about taste. Sodium is a relentless chemical that makes your body hold onto water, increasing the volume of blood coursing through your vessels and forcing your heart to work harder and harder. This invisible pressure slowly wears down your cardiovascular system, causing high blood pressure, stiffening of arteries, and eventually leading to serious conditions like heart failure. I remember Susan, a dear patient of mine, who was so puzzled and frustrated. Despite cutting out fried foods, exercising regularly, and giving up alcohol, her blood pressure stubbornly refused to budge. Only after a careful look at her diet did we discover the culprit, a small, seemingly harmless pile of pickles she enjoyed daily. It was heartbreaking to see how something so small and overlooked could silently sabotage her health. What terrifies me the most is how salt damage hides in the shadows. There are no early alarms, no pain, no warning signs, until suddenly, you face a stroke, crushing chest pain, or the terrifying diagnosis of congestive heart failure. And as we age, our kidneys lose their efficiency in filtering out salt, while our arteries become more fragile and vulnerable. Pickles, canned veggies, and even some healthy soups can sneakily flood your body with salt, undoing all the good you've worked so hard to achieve. But there is hope. Cooking your meals at home, carefully reading labels, and choosing flavorful herbs or fresh lemon instead of salt can make an enormous difference, more than most realize. Yet, salt isn't the only hidden enemy lurking in your kitchen. There's another vegetable, one that looks innocent, maybe even healthy, but it quietly fuels the flames of inflammation and steadily raises your blood pressure with every bite. 3. Red chili peppers. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. For many seniors, food isn't merely fuel. It's an emotional tapestry woven from memories, culture, family traditions, and moments of joy. It's the hearty stew simmering on the stove that reminds you of your grandmother's kitchen, the familiar burn of a spicy dish that instantly transports you back to celebrations and shared laughter. That bright splash of red chili pepper, with its intense heat and unmistakable flavor, isn't just an ingredient. It's a symbol of life, passion, and connection. But beneath that fiery exterior lies a hidden danger many don't realize. Red chili peppers, especially the hottest varieties with their concentrated capsaicin, can be quietly igniting a slow-burning threat inside your heart. They trigger a cascade of physical reactions that start deep within your nervous system. When you eat them, your body floods with adrenaline, the same hormone released in moments of stress or excitement. Your heart races, blood vessels tighten, and your blood pressure spikes, all reactions that younger, healthier hearts may handle with ease. However, as we age, our bodies change in ways that make this fiery stimulation far more risky. After age 65, arteries tend to lose their elasticity, becoming stiffer and less able to adapt to sudden changes in blood flow. The heart, too, becomes more sensitive and less resilient. What was once a harmless burst of heat now becomes a potential trigger for dangerous heart rhythms, chest tightness, and even life-threatening events. In my years as a physician, I've seen this pattern repeatedly. Patients like Robert, a warm-hearted gentleman in his 70s who used to enjoy his spicy chili stew every Sunday, began coming into my clinic complaining of sudden heart palpitations and crushing chest discomfort. At first, Robert was baffled, attributing these episodes to just getting older or perhaps stress. It was only after careful questioning and monitoring that the connection became clear. His beloved red chili peppers were setting off these dangerous episodes. It's heartbreaking to watch because many seniors don't suspect their diet's spicy delights could be undermining their heart health. The problem isn't merely the sensation of heat on your tongue or the burning in your throat. It's the body's entire stress response being triggered. When the blood vessels constrict, your heart has to work harder to pump blood through narrower pathways. For those with existing heart disease, high blood pressure, or weakened cardiovascular systems, this extra strain can push the heart into arrhythmias or even provoke a heart attack. But the damage doesn't stop there. Frequent consumption of hot chili peppers can contribute to chronic inflammation within your vascular system. This persistent inflammation gradually wears down the lining of your arteries, the very pathways that deliver life-sustaining blood to your heart and other vital organs. Over time, this can accelerate the progression of atherosclerosis, increasing the risk of heart disease, stroke, and other serious complications. I want to be clear, I'm not asking you to strip all joy from your meals or surrender the flavors that make eating so enjoyable. Life without flavor is no life at all. But there is a beautiful balance to be found. You don't need the fiery burn of chili peppers to make food delicious. Mild herbs like basil, oregano, and thyme, the fragrant warmth of garlic and ginger, and the bright zest of lemon or lime can awaken your palate without putting undue stress on your heart. These gentle flavors nourish both body and soul. Please, pay attention to what your body is telling you. If you notice heart palpitations, dizziness, or chest discomfort after eating spicy foods, don't ignore these signals. They are your heart's way of asking for care and respect. Comfort foods should comfort, not endanger. The bittersweet reality is that many cherished foods can carry hidden risks for seniors, especially those with vulnerable hearts. If something as beloved as red chili peppers can quietly chip away at your heart health, what about other foods, even those praised as healing or healthy, when eaten the wrong way? The next item I'm going to share might surprise you, revealing a common food that, when consumed raw, could turn from friend to foe very quickly. Stay with me, because your heart deserves that much care. For raw garlic. Garlic has been celebrated through centuries as one of nature's most powerful medicines. It's almost poetic how such a small, humble clove has earned a legendary status, prized for its ability to lower cholesterol, thin the blood, and protect the heart. I've witnessed countless seniors, like Linda, place their deep faith in garlic's healing powers. Some crush raw cloves into their meals and others bravely swallow them whole, convinced they're doing their hearts a tremendous favor. It's beautiful to see such hope, such trust in something so natural, like carrying a piece of ancient wisdom on their plates. But as much as I admire that faith, I've also learned that nature's gifts don't come without their complexities and hidden dangers. Raw garlic is a potent blood thinner, far stronger than most people realize. And when it's combined with heart medications, especially anticoagulants like warfarin or aspirin, medications that millions of seniors depend on, it can dangerously multiply their effects. Imagine your blood becoming too thin, so fragile it threatens to spill inside your body without any warning. This isn't just a small risk, it's a life-threatening one. Internal bleeding, unexplained bruising, and even hemorrhages can quietly develop, putting your very life at stake. I've treated patients like James, a gentle soul who genuinely believed he was doing the right thing by embracing natural remedies. He came to me with nosebleeds that refused to stop, alarming black stools signaling internal bleeding, and sudden drops in blood pressure that left him weak and confused. Seeing his fear and confusion, watching the shattering moment when he realized that his beloved garlic was betraying him, it breaks my heart every time. These stories are not rare. They remind me how easily good intentions can turn into serious health risks when we don't fully understand the delicate balance in our bodies. And there's more. Eating large quantities of raw garlic can cause a sudden, drastic drop in blood pressure. For someone already on medication for hypertension, this can be devastating. I've heard from patients who described dizzy spells so intense they feared falling, overwhelming fatigue that stole their joy, and fainting episodes that left their loved ones terrified. This isn't just discomfort, it's a real threat to daily life, a cruel twist when all they wanted was to protect their health. At a critical point, when blood pressure crashes and blood flow to the heart falters, the damage isn't just physical, it's deeply emotional. The heart, that tireless engine of life, struggles to get the oxygen it desperately needs. Every beat feels heavier, every moment becomes fraught with uncertainty. And what's maddening is that this can happen when you feel like you're doing everything right. You're avoiding processed foods, skipping harmful habits, and following advice handed down through generations. You trust natural remedies because they feel safe, pure, and honest. But here's the sobering truth. After 65, your body changes profoundly. It doesn't respond the way it once did to foods or medicines. The line between healing and harm becomes thinner and more fragile. Even the most natural foods have limits and thresholds where their benefits end and risks begin. So what's the takeaway? If you love garlic, as many do, cherish it cooked, enjoy its warmth and flavor in moderation, and always discuss your garlic habits with your doctor. Don't let tradition overshadow safety. Because if raw garlic, something so familiar and cherished, can silently pose such grave risks, imagine the surprises hidden in the foods we think are safest. The crisp, fresh vegetables, the crunchy salads. What secrets might those innocent-looking sprouts and leaves be hiding? What unseen dangers might lurk behind their healthy facade? It's time we look closer, not just at garlic but at everything we put on our plates, especially as we age. Because in the end, true health comes from wisdom, the courage to question, to learn, and to adapt. And I promise you, your heart will thank you for it. 5. Raw sprouts. At first glance, they seem harmless, almost innocent. That crisp, refreshing crunch that feels so vibrant in your mouth, as if you are biting into a burst of life itself. Raw sprouts like alfalfa, mung bean, or bean sprouts have long been celebrated as nutritional powerhouses, packed with enzymes, vitamins, and energy so pure that they seem to promise health and vitality. For many seniors who have spent years carefully choosing foods to protect their bodies, like Emma, a lively 72-year-old who still loves to prepare fresh salads for her family, adding a handful of these sprouts feels like a simple, wholesome decision, a way to honor her commitment to healthy living. But there is a hidden side to this seemingly perfect food, a silent danger that hides beneath their tender, green exterior, a danger that many seniors are unaware of, and yet one that could profoundly affect their health, even their heart. You see, sprouts are grown in warm, moist, and humid conditions. Conditions that, unfortunately, are also ideal for the growth of harmful bacteria. Bacteria such as E. coli, Salmonella, and Listeria love these environments, thriving in the same spaces where sprouts flourish. For younger adults with strong immune systems, a bout of food poisoning might mean a few days of discomfort, maybe a little missed work or rest at home. But for seniors, the stakes are much higher. As we age, our immune defenses gradually weaken, our bodies take longer to respond to threats, and infections can spiral rapidly into serious, life-threatening conditions. A mild stomach ache or diarrhea, something many of us might shrug off, can escalate quickly to sepsis, a dangerous, body-wide infection, or dehydration, which is itself a serious risk for the elderly. Even more frightening is the possibility of developing an infection in the heart's lining, called endocarditis, a condition that can cause severe damage and complicate existing heart issues. In my many years working as a cardiologist, treating older patients with heart disease, I've witnessed the heartbreaking consequences of this hidden risk. I recall Mr. Thompson, a gentle 75-year-old man with congestive heart failure who was admitted to the hospital after a simple sprout salad triggered a severe bacterial infection. His heart, already struggling, was suddenly overwhelmed as his body fought to combat the infection. We fought hard to stabilize him, but the road to recovery was long and fraught with setbacks. Stories like his are far too common. Silent dangers lurking in the foods that seniors trust and love. It's a cruel irony, trying to do everything right by eating fresh and natural, only to be betrayed by foods that seem so wholesome. That's why I cannot stress enough, raw sprouts are not a risk worth taking. If you love their crunch and flavor, cook them thoroughly first. A simple sauté, steaming, or boiling will kill the harmful bacteria but keep the nutrients intact. It's a small step that can protect your heart and your entire body. The journey to heart health after 65 is not just about choosing the right foods, but also understanding how your body has changed. What nourished you 20 or 30 years ago may not serve you the same way now. The food that once seemed harmless can carry hidden threats when combined with the realities of aging immune systems and common medications. If raw sprouts can harbor such risk, what about other vegetables that may interact dangerously with heart medicines? What else might be lurking on your dinner plate, unseen and underestimated? This leads to a crucial question. After learning about these hidden dangers, what should seniors eat to protect and heal their hearts? I know that many feel overwhelmed. If I can't trust these trendy superfoods, what can I eat? The truth is, the answer isn't complicated or hidden in some exotic diet. It's in simple whole vegetables that have stood the test of time, foods that work in harmony with your aging body's needs. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Vegetables that reduce inflammation, support healthy blood pressure, nourish your blood vessels, and most importantly, complement your medications rather than interfere with them. These are the true heart helpers, like steamed broccoli, which is rich in antioxidants and fiber, gently roasted carrots, sweet and soothing, sautéed kale, bursting with vitamins, tender sweet potatoes, cooked tomatoes, full of heart-healthy lycopene, and legumes such as lentils and green beans that provide essential protein and fiber. These foods aren't just good for you. They are gentle, healing, and kind to your body. Unlike raw sprouts or overly salty pickles that can strain your system, these vegetables digest easily and help keep your blood sugar and blood pressure stable. After 65, your heart no longer thrives on extremes. It craves consistency, balance, and the nourishing embrace of foods that love you back. I've had the privilege of watching patients like David, a 68-year-old retiree who once struggled with high blood pressure and fatigue, reclaim their health. It wasn't magic or expensive supplements that turned things around for him. It was the simple act of building his meals around these wholesome vegetables. A plate with a cup of steamed greens, a baked sweet potato, or a warm bowl of lentil soup became daily rituals. Small but powerful choices that gradually reversed years of silent damage. Watching David's transformation filled me with hope and reminded me why this work matters so much. And for those who fear that eating healthy means giving up flavor and enjoyment, I want to reassure you. Nothing could be further from the truth. The world of herbs and spices offers endless possibilities. A sprig of rosemary, the golden glow of turmeric, the gentle pungency of garlic, used wisely, and a squeeze of fresh lemon can transform any dish into a celebration of taste that nourishes both body and soul. Yet, knowing which foods to eat is only half the battle. Even the healthiest vegetables can't fully protect a heart that's being undermined by one small but deadly habit. A habit that many seniors don't realize is slowly sabotaging their well-being. That's why there is one more critical piece of this heart health puzzle that we need to explore. Your heart, this incredible, tireless muscle, has been faithfully beating for you every second of your life. By the time you reach 65, it will have beaten more than 2 billion times. It has never asked for anything in return. But now, it's asking for your attention. Aging is not about surrendering to decline or giving up. It is about gaining wisdom. The wisdom to understand that what worked for your body in your youth may no longer serve you. The foods that once nourished you might quietly harm you now if eaten the wrong way, at the wrong time, or combined with the wrong medications. But here's the beautiful truth. It is never too late to change course. The damage done is not final. Every mindful choice you make today, whether what you put on your plate, how you move your body, or how you rest your mind, can begin to heal years of unseen strain. You still have time to give your heart the care it deserves. Each gentle step toward balance, each thoughtful meal, each moment of self-care is a gift you give not just to your heart, but to your whole life. So, take heart. Your journey to a healthier, stronger, and more vibrant you is just beginning. Thank you so much for staying with me through this important discussion about red chili peppers and their hidden impact on heart health, especially for those of us over 65. I hope you found this information eye-opening and that it encourages you to listen more closely to your body and the signals it sends. Now, I'd love to hear from you. What is one new thing you've learned from this video that you plan to bring into your daily life? Maybe it's trying milder flavors, paying closer attention to how your heart feels after meals, or simply being more mindful about what you eat. Please share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Your story might just help someone else, too. If you found this video helpful, please leave your comment, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Together, we can support each other in making smarter, healthier choices to protect our hearts and enjoy life to the fullest. Take care, listen to your heart, and I'll see you in the next video.